Hello, my name is Ian Angelo. I would like to take a few minutes to briefly review what you will experience by viewing this short documentary. I will explain a little bit about myself and why I felt it was necessary to produce this documentary. Not only will you find out a little bit more about myself and what I'm doing to help this documentary's focused cause, but also what you and others can do as well. Thank you for watching as I proudly present the documentary Saving Conservative Freedom of Speech. A lot of heroes died serving our country to save our freedom. And what does this country make of their sacrifices now? Currently, 82% of Americans are divided. Division occurs because of censorship. And censorship occurs everywhere, from big tech-operated social media sites, the subverted education system, the mainstream media, elitists with agendas, corporate intervention, and the list goes on. Censorship is a favorite in the big media's arsenal. Not only does the mainstream media utilize censorship, but they pair it with projection, gaslighting, and fear-mongering to control the narrative and cast negativity and disinformation campaigns to fit their own narratives and agendas. There's a divide in our nation. Communication relays information. Information is processed into knowledge, and knowledge is power. That is why censorship, suppression of belief, and the push to strip us of our freedom of speech, among other rights, are being relied upon so heavily by the left right now. No ordinary citizen really wants to fight. War is a terrible thing. That is not the goal. We all just want to be heard, to have our moment upon the soapbox. That is what freedom of speech is all about. Except the conservative side of the story is being shut down and shut up to the best of the leftist elitist abilities. The Republican Party has been stereotyped. We are not Nazis, white supremacists, racists, domestic terrorists or insurrectionists, fascists, or anarchists that burn down cities at a time. Later, there will be an introduction to some of our modern-day conservative champions. For now, let's take a moment to look at another person who supports Trump. Me. I, Ian Angelo, support President Trump and the wonderful things that he has accomplished for the United States. Being a white, 20-year-old Generation Z, straight, Jewish college film student, USA-loving super patriot, Trump-publican, and co-founder of FOS.NEWS Network, I found it necessary to speak my mind, heart, and soul freely and with meaning, before that freedom is potentially ripped away from the country and people that I love so much. That is why I'm producing Saving Conservative Freedom of Speech, to support and defend the Constitution and this great country that has upheld our God-given rights and freedom. And now, on to the show. There's something that I want you to know about me. I proudly pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all. I do not stand alone. Many Americans have given their lives or put their lives on the line for the love of our country and the freedom that it stands for. I support veterans, active duty military and reserves, and our police, who are all heroes. So many people like myself have been raised or mentored by patriots. I want to share some insight about my family's patriotic history so that you may understand a bit more about what has helped shape my all-American and zealously patriotic persona and desire to be a super patriot. I have veteran relatives spread across several wars. A grandmother who aided Jews escaping Nazi Germany. Direct descendants of former presidents, and family who had worked in government, including Bill Young, who was an American congressman who served in the United States House of Representatives. He was the longest-serving Republican member of Congress at the time of his death. I have experience in film, acting, dance, playing music, wrestling, mixed martial arts, including firearms training, entrepreneurial ventures. I co-founded FOS.NEWS Network, and I co-produce and host the Trump series. Schools aren't open. Children can't learn. That's censorship. Similar to the Hitler Youth, children are being conditioned from preschool onto the workplace, where many jobs profess critical race theory. Trump stopped critical race theory in federal government job training, as the root of the ideology is to train the mind to hate America. That's brainwashing. Trump also passed an executive order necessitating fair treatment of college students with differing political beliefs to stop conservative censorship. The education system is predominantly Democrat teachers. Republican teachers are far from evenly employed. Therefore, the teachers' political values are inevitably pushed onto students. This includes the censorship of true history by the implementation of 1619 in schools, whereas conservative education opposes this woke system via the 1776 Commission. Liberal news was forced upon myself and my peers from grade school through high school. I was forced to view CNN constantly through the academic curriculum. During my time at UCCS, I've endured countless indoctrination attempts, similar to that of a cult. From being forced to engage in Chinese cultural rituals, professors screaming in students' faces, attending the play The Mountaintop, where we were told to view it as if we were really watching Martin Luther King Jr. before his death, turning to violence, reciting lines such as, "Kill the white man," "F the white man," and so forth. The professor encouraged students to repeat these lines. I refused as I watched a peer stand up and joyously shout, "F the white man." Why would I say something against myself? It was, if it was F the black man, I wouldn't expect any black man to repeat those words, nor would I say it. I also received my only C in a class where transgender pornography was screened, and I refused to attend a sexually oriented transgender event at the college where I would have to have been on stage allowing transgender actors to physically touch me. Censorship can occur by making fun of conservatives, calling us conspiracy theorists. Everything is a conspiracy theory until it's proven true. The left wishes to remove credibility from conservatives by pushing narratives that Trump supporters, conservatives, Republicans, and so forth are racist, white supremacists, domestic terrorists, insurrectionists, neo-Nazis, fascists, Islamophobes, homophobes, sexists, misogynists, xenophobes, conspiracy theorists, among many other false labels, which I am most definitely not, as my best friend, who is like a brother to me, is a young black man considering joining the military. And I'm Jewish. I am not any of the aforementioned labels. Freedom of press has become free propaganda. The MSM, big media, fake news, they cut conservatives like President Trump, Kayleigh McEnany, or other Trump supporters during broadcasts. A 13-year-old boy shot by police. CBS cropped the video to hide the gun the boy was holding. Black man shot by police. And the judge refused to show the video of the man's attempted vehicular homicide. This is withholding exculpatory evidence. The mainstream media takes clips out of context, being sound bites or video clips. ADL, a corrupt device within the left's pushing of disinformation, depicts what is hate speech and hate symbols on their website. The anti-Antifa flag, the Pepe the Frog meme, hand symbols such as the OK hand gesture, organizations like the Proud Boys, Oath Keepers, and Patriot Prayer, confusing existing terminologies like white nationalists and chauvinists. Being a nationalist and being white does not make you a white supremacist. Big tech censors by deplatforming, force-feeding leftist content, and spying on you. Patriot Prayer had 45,000 followers before Facebook removed them, along with Walkaway Movement. Now you must censor yourself on YouTube. Unable to say certain words, so the broadcaster must use code. 45 meaning Trump, ballets meaning ballots, Supremes meaning white supremacist, frog meaning fraud. Guess what, YouTube? You've canceled freedom of speech. So, FOS News Network will be canceling you at cancelyoutube.com and banyoutube.com. Even the ex-Wikipedia founder admits that Wikipedia only pushes leftist, biased opinions, whereas real info can be found on Conservapedia. Here are examples of Democrat-controlled government-related issues of conservative censorship. 1. FBI withholding Hunter Biden's laptop for a year before the election. Number 2. William Barr just disappearing without providing transparency. And the Durham report is nowhere to be found. 3. Supreme Court ignoring presidential election cases. 4. Democrat officials, including governors, senators, and House representatives, are all notorious for filibustering, leaking, and pushing false narratives continuously. Number 5. By the Democrats' mission to pack the Supreme Court, they're ensuring perpetual censorship of Republican-based values and reasoning. Number 6. The Democrats wish to further censor conservatives by moving Washington, D.C. into statehood, which would provide more Democrat senators and congressional representatives in that 93% blue District of Columbia. 7. The Democrats will continue to censor Republicans by avoiding revisions or the abolition of Section 230, which works to their benefit, as big tech is clearly on their side. Number 8. Democrats like to project to avoid spotlight on individuals such as Joe and Hunter Biden's illegal dealings with China, Ukraine, and Russia, as they create false scandals against Republicans. I call that censorship by projection. 9. Democrats are censoring information sharing between conservatives by using the pandemic as an excuse to keep them from gathering. 10. Joe Biden and/or his handlers decided to censor the media by not allowing them to broadcast from the illegal immigrant detention centers at the U.S.-Mexico border to truthfully and transparently allow the American people to see and understand the severity of this crisis. Censorship can be reconstruction of the facts to fit their narrative. While the Biden administration refused to allow cameras in the detention facilities, they simultaneously provided news networks with their own cleansed and censored versions of stock video that they produced. Left-wing radical groups such as BLM and Antifa support censorship through intimidation and violence. Censorship occurs from the woke mob, cancel culture, and Hollywood's political agenda as well. What about censorship of history? This soldier was a Confederate in the Civil War. I don't agree with what he was fighting for. He may have just fought to protect his little brother, as many soldiers fought to protect family. No matter what, he and the rest of the Confederates are a part of our history. Just because I don't agree with what he fought and lost for, as a Democrat losing to the Republican Lincoln and Union, does not mean I should destroy this statue. To rid ourselves of history only makes it dangerously possible for that history to repeat itself. Freedom can be lost easily. Biden's State of the Union received 22 million views compared to Trump's 48. Biden didn't receive 81 million votes. I do not accept Joe Biden as my president. I don't believe he won fairly. I believe he is a puppet for Obama and China. Trump won in a landslide victory. Trump is not only my president, but the rightful president of this nation. May the audits rectify this election's true results. My intention is to create alternative sites to left-run mainstream media news and big tech sites such as Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and the like. FOS.NEWS allows U.S. citizens wishing to broadcast conservative news and opinions while exercising their freedom of speech without censorship. FOS News Network has aggregated nearly 600 channels and counting to view all of your favorite and rising political stars and super patriots. This documentary is presented through my lens of being a Generation Z conservative. I will do my best to uphold the beliefs of those who have faith in me and my love of country. Hold the line. Positivity, hope, and faith unwavering. Remain the super patriots that you are by saving conservative freedom of speech. I'm Ian Angelo with FOS News Network, and thank you for watching.